information, but I can't remember what it was. So we'll take a break here and stand by. Oh, I guess the other announcement was WinLink. Anybody interested in WinLink that hasn't joined us yet for our classes on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So it's been going on very well. Will be the 4th week here coming up here this Sunday. And we're going to be doing a lot of going over information and a question and answer session. So if anybody's interested and hasn't joined us, by all means, send me an email at the maritimeamateur@gmail.com, and I'll put you on the list you can join in on the video. It's an online class that we're putting on Sunday afternoons there. So if you're interested, send me an email there. Okay, let's get ready. We're going to call in short time and mobile stations. Short time and mobile stations that people that can't stay around for the net. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1, Mike Yankee short time.
Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Sierra Mike, short time.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra, 31, say yes.
Okay, that's a good start there. I have VE1MY, VE1FSM, VE9CGL, VE1FOX, VE1JS. Any other short time or mobile station? Short time or mobile station?
Victor Echo 9, Golf Mike Mobile.
Okay, I got VE9GM Mobile and VE1GUI. So we'll hit the mobile station first. Gino, very good evening. VE9GM, VE1JBL, come on in.
VE1JBL, VE9 Golf Mike. Good evening, Jim, and everybody else on the net. I just happened to tune my radio to this frequency, and here we are. I'm just pulling into Grand Falls now, working late again tonight. I haven't been home for the last couple of days, so it'll be good to have some supper and spend some time with the family. Been around the province there this week. Started Monday, and just getting home now, so let's just say I've been around. So anyway, it's nice to be able to check into your net there, Jim, and we'll say 73 for now. VE1JBL, VE9 Golf Mike.
Yeah, okay, very good, Gino. Good to hear you on there. We don't hear you too often there when you're on the go there, but great to hear you when you're in here. So very good. You're sounding good. Absolutely no problem at all there. So have yourself a great evening, and 7-3 for now. Okay, Taco West, VE1MY, VE1JBL. Good evening.
V1 Julie Bravo Lima, V1MY. Not much going on here. I can't stay. I got a couple other things on the go here, so I got to get to it, as they say. Anyway, Jim, have a great net, and we'll talk to you later. V1JBL, VE1MY.
Yeah, okay, Mike, no problem at all. I know you're a busy man there, so thanks for taking the time, though, to check in on that 7-3, and we'll talk to you again there. VE1FSM, VE1JBL. Good evening, Frank.
VE1JBL, VE1 Foxtrot, Sierra Mike. Good evening there, Jim. Good evening to everybody else on that tonight. And, yeah, pretty much like Mike. It's running short on time and be heading out the door here shortly, so I figure we better pop in, say hello, and give you a mark for the book. No other traffic, Jim, so good to see that the Fusion repeater's back up. And hopefully when Warren fixed any issues with the noises. Anyway, Jim, back to you. VE1JBL, VE1 Fox, Sierra Mike.
Yeah, okay, very good, Frank. Yeah, hopefully, maybe redoing all this fix that. Hard to say. maybe we killed two birds with one stone, I guess. Anyways, thanks, Frank, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go up to St. Andre and see Jermaine. VE9 CGL, VE1 JBL. Come on in.
VE1 GBL, VE9 CGL. Good evening, Jim, and everybody else on the Maritime Fusion Net. I've got nothing to report. I just want to put my name on your list. I can't stay for the whole net, so have a nice net and have a nice evening, everyone. 7-3 all around from VE9 Charlie Golf Lima.
Yeah, okay, very good, Jermaine. Well, good to hear you in there tonight. Thanks very much for taking the time. Appreciate it there, and have yourself a great meeting. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go down to 3 Miles Plains and see Curtis. VE1 FOX, VE1 JB.
VE1 JBL with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Oscar X-ray here in 3 Mile Plains. Good evening to you, Jim. Good evening to all the other operators on this evening. Yeah, we got a landline coming in here in a very short time there, so I have to jump right in here and jump right back out again. Weather-wise here, it was cold all day, -10 right now, Jim. Gosh, what a terrible weather we have there since, well, we've been soon coming into February, I guess, world is, so there you go. Last of the month, but like you say, where did January go? Come on, mercy sakes. Anyway, I think that might be it. So we'll catch you later there, Jim. Thanks for calling me into the net, and thanks for being there. So we'll turn it back to you. VE1 JBL with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Oscar X-ray here in 3 Mile Plains. Back to you, Jim. Have a great evening.
Yeah, okay, very good, Curtis. Good, everything there. Yes, I think January went very quick here. Hopefully February will go just as quick, and then we can start thinking about spring there. Although there is 29 days, it is leap year this year, so we got 29 days in February to get through. But hopefully we'll get through it without too much snow here, for sure there. But we definitely are into winter here now. We missed it a lot of January, but we're in it now. Very good. Thanks, Curtis. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go to Sandy Cove and see John. VE1JS, VE1JBL. Come on in, John.
V1JBL on the net, V1JS. Good evening, Jim. Good evening, all. Glad to hear you're having another smart. I look forward to that. And into February, you only got to get rid of 3 more months. We're in good shape. Nice day here today, and other than that, there's nothing to report. So, wish everybody a good week and a good day. We'll look for you next week. V1JBL on the net, V1JS.
Yeah, okay, very good, John. Good on everything there. Thanks very much for coming in, and hopefully we'll see you this year. You had to cancel at the end of last year there, but hopefully we'll see you at Smart this year for sure. So, very good. Thank you very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. And finally, let's get down to Clam Point and see Joe. VE1GY, VE1JBL.
VE1JBL, VE1GY. Good evening, Jim. Good evening to everyone else here on the Maritime Fusion Net here tonight. Yeah, everything's pretty good here today. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too much wind. Didn't get a great big wind chill out of it. Right now we got -2.2. And the same as the wind chill, -2.2. Hardly any wind here to the west-northwest. 13 clicks. So right now it's down to 4. And I guess it's supposed to be warming up during the night hours, sometime 2 o'clock in the morning on. All day tomorrow we'll get up in the +2s, +3s maybe, for a couple of days. Then going back down cold again, down to -4, 5, 6. So, anywho, now it's going to be ups and downs, up and down. I think the cold is going to overtake the warm. I'll say the minus is going to overtake the pluses this next couple of weeks. So, anyway. Other than that, everything's pretty good here. You take care of that. See you later. V1GY.
Yeah, okay, very good, Joe. Yeah, temperature was about -4 here, I think, this afternoon. There, it might be down to -6 or something by now there, but overall, it was a pretty good day. The sun was out all day. There was actually a beautiful day. So for this time of year, I guess we better accept that. That's for sure. Very good, Joe. And there was some I was leaving a little bit. I was losing you a little bit there, Joe. Now I don't know if it was from your place or was it from the repeater site or whatever. But you were a little gurgly at times there. But we got everything you were saying there. Just want to let you know there. It just probably has something to do with the weather or something. So very good. Very good thing. I'll just keep an eye on the Yarmouth repeater when anybody else comes in there, just see if it backs up again. Very good. Thanks, Joe. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, let's go to the first round of Prince Edward Island. Let's go any stations from Prince Edward Island that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. Stations from PEI. Go ahead, please.
Victor Yankee 2, Foxtrot. The eternal.
Okay, I got 3 stations that time. I got BY2GF, BEY2AN, and BE1AIC, and every one of you were garbled, so I don't know if it's me on this PDN or the repeater here or what's going on there. Maybe Ron's usually monitors stuff pretty close here. Maybe he can let me know what's going on there when he comes in there. George, we're at the top of the list. BY2GF, BE1JBL, come on in.
Good evening, Jim, and everybody on the net. And I tried the first time, I didn't make it, and I made it now, but I may be gone. So, okay, thank you for doing that, and we'll look forward to the next the Victor Yankee 2 Golf Foxtrot.
Yeah, okay, very good, George. We got all of that, but it was all garbly too. So let's try BY2AN, Ricardo. Let's see how you make out there. BY2 and BE1JBL. Come on in.
Jim, I hope it sounds better. Just wanted to mention you participated in Winter Field Day. The Winter Field Day was a lot of fun. We had 15 club members and visitors join us, and it was a great experience. Cold, but great for emergency portable operations. Nice to talk to you, and I hope everybody has a great evening. BY2AN.
Yeah, okay, very good there, Ricardo, and good on the Winter Field Day. 15, that's great for sure there. So congratulations on that there. And hope everything went well there and everybody enjoyed themselves. I look forward to regular field day and for next summer there. So good on everything. Thanks, Ricardo, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Ron, VE1AIC, VE1JBL.
Yeah, good evening, Jim, and all of that. Everybody sounded good. George was a little bit broken getting into the repeater. Maybe signal's not up tonight. Ricardo was fine, so it could be just conditions. 7-3, V1AIC.
Yeah, okay, very good, Ron. Yeah, and when you came in at first there, you were kind of wobbly at first when you called in. But when you came in this time, everything was fine. So like you say, very well could be conditions in that too. So good on everything. Thanks, Ron, for coming in. Have yourself a great 87.3 for now. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list of PEI for the first time, so let's go over to Nova Scotia. And let's take our first round of stations from Nova Scotia that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net. Stations from Nova Scotia, come on in.
For Bravo Archer.
VE1CG.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Whiskey, V1, JW. Victor Echo 1, Delta, Alpha, Delta. Victor Echo 1 dead.
Victor Echo 1, Bravo Tango Charlie. Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Delta.
Okay, we got a flying group there so far. I have VE1ABX, VE1CT, VE1JW, VE1DAD, VE1BTC, and VE1JPD. Anybody else from Nova Scotia? Anybody else from Nova Scotia? You want to check in the net? Come on in, please. Nothing heard, top of the list. And you were quite garbly too, guys. So I'm not sure if you're around here or if you're up in Ontario or where you are. I missed when you came in there. VE1ABX mobile. I'm going to say you're mobile. I'm probably pretty good on that. VE1JBL, come on in.
Well, it's a good try, Jim, but no, I'm at home. We're on the FDM 500. Regardless, I've been playing around here with new to me, if you will, mobile antenna, and it seems to be working a whole lot better than my previous one, so I'll stick this one on my pickup truck and leave it there for now. Getting prepared to leave, actually, Jim. Friday, Saturday, I should be headed out and getting down the road there somewhere, and I just re-hooked up my FTDX10 just for the first time in months, and seems to be working just fine. So we'll say 7-3s, and everybody have a wonderful evening, and I hope you have a wonderful night there, Jim. We'll say 7-3s. Back to you, VE1JBL, VE1ABX.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, I could go on everything there, and that's why I'm not a betting man, because I would say that 99% of the time I would be talking to you mobile. And the one time that I say it, the one time you're not. So there you go. Anyways, very good guy, and the antenna's working great. Yeah, great signal, absolutely no problem at all there, and good to hear you there. So, anyways, very good, and I'm sure we will catch you on the road there before too long there. So, 7-3, have yourself a great evening. Thanks for coming into the net there for sure. Robert, very good evening. VE1CT, VE1JBL.
Hello, VE1JBL, VE1CT. Good evening to you, Jim, and all our frequency. Oh, hey, even though you might have been hearing garbled, you were talking great. So it must be maybe packet drops or something like that, which could be happening. It happens more often than what we think nowadays. You would think with fiber it wouldn't be happening, but it can. Anyway, hey, glad to hear you on this evening, and thank you very much for having me check in. And everyone have yourselves a great and safe evening. We'll hopefully catch you all tomorrow morning with the Maritime 2-meter wake-up nap. Pass back to you, Jim. Take it easy, my friend. VE1 JBL, or VE1 CT 7-3.
Yeah, okay, very good, Robert. Good at everything there. Thanks very much for taking part there and in the net tonight there. And I look forward to your net there tomorrow. And, of course, the Maritime Fusion Net on the second week in February there. So, very good. Thanks, Robert. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go down to Greenwood. Kingston area, Greenwood. VE1JW, VE1JBL. Hi, Eric.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. I don't know. We're on Kingston's on one side of the tracks and Greenson's on the other side of the tracks. The tracks aren't there anymore, so I don't know who's on the good side and who's on the bad side, but I guess since there are no tracks there anymore, it doesn't matter. Converted into rail trail, so the motorcycles and the dirt bikes and the four-wheelers and the snowmobiles run up and down all summer and all winter, so they keep it used anyway, plus a few people that walk, but Lots of machines on it, I think, from what I hear. Other than that, just have a pretty quiet day today. I guess haven't done a whole lot. Made a few contacts on FT8 this afternoon. Did a few little things around this morning. Did some laundry and a few things this morning. But other than that, just kind of a quiet day. So we're just listening with interest. B1JW.
Yeah, okay, very good, Eric, and everything there. And yeah, no tracks anymore there. So where are you? For sure. But anyways, we know you're there. So there you go. Thanks, Eric, for coming in yourself. Being 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go see Dave in Lower West Pubnico. VDAD. VE1JBL. Come on in.
Yes, good evening, Jim, and everybody on frequency. Not bad of a day here. It's only -1 or 2 here tonight. It wasn't that bad of a day. Played around in the shack, a little bit of FT8, a little bit of this and that. Other than that, didn't do a whole lot. So, thanks for doing the net. Thanks for taking me in. 73. See you next week.
Yeah, okay, very good, David. Thank you very much for taking part there tonight there, and yeah, playing on the FT8, and that'll keep you entertained there for sure. So very good. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's get down to the Pictou area and see Brendan. VE1BTC, VE1JBL.
V1JBL and the Maritime Fusion Net V1BTC. Well, very good evening there, sir. We got I got a buddy here in the shack with me here tonight. He came out to have pizza with me. So I figured that was pretty good. We're behaving ourselves though. Not for long. Tim, you have yourself a good one, sir, and we shall be chatting to you for sure. V1JBL, V1BTC.
Okay, very good, Brendan. Good on everything there, and good on the addition in the shack there. So very good, very good. Okay, have yourself a great evening, and 7-3 now. Thanks very much for taking part in the net there. VE1JPD, VE1JBL, Justin, out in Cape Sable Island there. Come on in.
VE1JBL, VE1JPD. Good evening, Jim, and good evening to all this evening. Yeah, just sitting here, actually using my 55 as a nose. So I'm sitting in the den playing Nintendo. I haven't done that in a very long time. Kids got a new game for Christmas, and I kind of got into it. So if it's something different than watching TV. And I guess that's all to report from here. And 673s, and hopefully we have many more people checking in. VE1JBL, VE1JPD.
Yeah, okay, very good, Justin. Well, thanks very much for coming in there tonight there, and good to have you on board there for sure. So 7-3, and thanks again. Okay, with that's first round Nova Scotia. Let's go into New Brunswick. Stations from New Brunswick that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net. This is your time. Stations from New Brunswick. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo, V9 OSK. C.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha, VE9 MCA.
Victor Echo 9, Alpha India, VE9 AI.
Victor Echo 9er, Charlie Sierra Romeo.
VE1 Tango United.
VE1 Whiskey India November.
Victor Echo 9, Bravo Golf Echo.
Okay, that was a good start for New Brunswick there. I'll tell you who I have. I have VE9OSK, VE9GC, VE9MCA, VE9 Alpha India, VE9CSR, VE1 Tango United, VE1WIN, and VE9BGC. Who did I miss from the province of New Brunswick? Anybody else? Go ahead, please.
VE9 Victor Echo Alpha, VE9 Victor Echo Alpha.
Okay, I got Vern in there, VE9 VEA. Any other stations from New Brunswick? Go ahead.
Sorry, Jim. It was Victor Echo 9, Bravo Golf Echo.
Yep, I got you in there, Michelle. Yeah, no problem at all. We got you in there. Okay, let's go to the top of the list. VE9 OSK, VE1 JBL Oscar. Very good evening.
V9 JBL, V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Good evening, Jim, and everybody on the field tonight. No traffic. Out there, sorry about that. No traffic here. Just want to give you a mark for this late, and thanks for doing the net and calling me in. And I'm through my nose there tonight. 7-3 all, Victor Echo 9 Oscar Sierra Kilo.
Yeah, okay, very good, Oscar, and you're sounding good, no problem at all there. And yes, I'm doing the net through my own personal node tonight. Instead of going through the repeater, I wanted to try that out here. So we're actually doing the whole net here through my node here. So interesting to see how it works out here. Very good, thanks, Oscar, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. VE9GC, VE1 JBL. Yeah, good evening, Gordon. We were up, well, I guess in your area. I went by the Notre Dame sign there last night. We went up to Moncton, my wife's birthday, so we took in Montana's Bar and Grill up there in Moncton, and that was pretty darn good there. So, of course, we drove by the exit there. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Jim. V1 JBL, VE9GC. Yeah, well, if you'd taken that exit and gone up about 16 clicks, turned right, well, it was summertime, I'd say one of three things would happen. You'd hit the neighbor's duck pond or one of my two driveways, but the pond's frozen over, and my one driveway I don't bother with in the wintertime. So there we go. Anyway, no particular traffic. Just wanted to pop in and say good evening to everybody. Hope everybody's had a decent half week so far. Mine's been good. So that's nice. Bit chillier than what I was expecting had it last week, but I guess that comes with the territory. And thanks for the phone call there last night, Jim. And it turns out that, as you probably saw, the message managed to get through okay. So we're all set in that regard. Anyway, thank you for doing the net. Thanks for calling me in. And we'll look forward to checking in on next Wednesday night. VE1 JBL, VE9 GC.
Yeah, okay, very good, Gordon. Good and everything there, and I'll keep that in mind. 16 kilometers from the exit there, and turn right. So we'll keep that in mind there for maybe this summer sometime. Anyways, thanks, Gordon. Appreciate it. 7-3 for now. And I kept waiting. I was hoping Paul was going to get in there. Paul's never missed a net there, so I kept waiting for Paul to come in, but he didn't. Maybe I'll get him on the second round there. Anyways, have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Now let's go ahead and see Mike. VE9 MCA Portable, VE1 JB.
Yeah, VE1 JBL with the Maritime Fusion Net VE9 MCA. Good evening there, Jim. Good evening to Gordon just before me, and Brandon and Vern coming up, and everybody else checking in. Yeah, kind of a decent day there. It was cold this morning, but warmed up this afternoon. I tried my new snowblower for the first time there making a pass to my baby barn in the back there before we got a big dump. So yeah, everything was working great. So we're all ready for lots of snow, but hopefully we don't. Anyway, yeah, I'll be doing it next week there on the it will be the 7th of February. So yeah, and had a great time at the clubhouse this morning. I saw Gordon there too, and my son came over, so we're installed his. We had an X200 antenna that we installed at his home there with on a 20-foot pipe, so he's off and running with that. So he's not on Fusion yet, but he's got to wait till he quit his other job to start a government job, so he's got to wait till the funds come in there. So yeah. So anyway, have a great net there, Jim. Sounding good from here. So 7-3 to wall. Have a great net and a great week coming up. E1JBL, E9 MCA portable.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike, good and everything there, and to get together at the clubhouse Thursday with your son there. Yeah, it'd be good to get him on the net here for sure there. So very good and everything. By the way, Mike, how's my audio been since the net started there? I'm using my PDN mode here tonight for a change there. Has my audio been fine pretty well the whole net here?
Yeah, Jim, from what I heard, yeah, it's 100%. A-OK. Over.
Yeah, okay, very good. Very good. Yeah, like I say, it's the first time I'm trying it here, especially doing a whole net here, so just kind of curious how I was making out there. Very good. Thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening, 7-3 for now. Then let's go up to Ferguson and see Gary, VE9AI, VE1JBL. Come on in.
VE1JBL, Net Control, VE9AI. Good evening, Jim. Everybody on frequency. It's been cold here, but anyway, the time's clicking by, so gotta go to the dentist tomorrow and have a tooth out and a couple other things done, so not looking forward to that. But anyway, gotta be done. So, not much, just working on some ancestry stuff instead of ham radio the past few days, trying to do some stuff there, so anyway, that's about it from here. So everybody have a great week. Back to Net Control, VE9AI.
Very good, everything. Yeah, it's been probably, I'm going to think probably about 2 years now since I've gone into the Ancestry site there. I've done a bunch on that too, and going back as far as I can go there, and it has been a while. I suppose I'd better do that pretty soon here, and see if I'm missing anything or found any maybe wealthy relatives in the background there that I could invite over or something like that. Anyways, very good, Gary. Thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. VE9CSR, VE1JBL. Chris up in Oromocto. Very good evening. VE9CSR, VE9CSR, VE1JBL. You there, Chris?
VE9JBL, VE9CSR. Sorry about that, Jim. I had a little technical difficulty with my HT tonight. I hope you guys can hear me right now. I don't have much to report for this week. Just listening in on the net, and I thought I would drop my name in there. Yeah, I'm just going to say 7-3 to everybody who's on the net tonight, and back to you guys.
Yeah, okay, very good, Chris. No, everything is working fine there now. You're coming in there, absolutely no problem, and the audio is great there and everything, so very good. Well, thanks very much for coming in tonight. Do appreciate it there, and good to have you on board there. Have yourself a great evening there, 7-3 for now. Okay, we won't go too far away. We'll go up into Fredericton and see Dennis, VE1 Tango United, VE1 JBL.
VE1 Juliet Bravo Lima. This is VE1 Tango United. Good evening, Jim. Good evening to all on the net. And like everywhere, and as Gary said, it's been cold. But it does warm up a bit in the daytime. And I guess we're going to get a little snow. Maybe, 2 to 3 inches doesn't sound too bad. I noticed lately a lot of bird activity, even on the cold days. Of course, the crows have been around here for years, but looks like a new bird just moved in the last 3 or 4 years. Bigger than a robin, with kind of a brown color. I don't know what they are, but I see a flock of those, about 6. And they're braving the cold weather. And we got our groceries today. And boy, is the price ever going up. But, as I say, you've got to eat, so you got to pay. Anyway, it'd be nice to see if they'd come down sometime. Otherwise, things are very quiet around here, Jim. So, we'll turn it back to net control. This is VE1 Tango United.
Okay, very good, Dennis. Good, everything there. Yeah, you were a little, some words were missing there also, a little fluttery there, but we got most of it there, and good on the little bird in the yard there. Yep. Yeah, we've had some, well, I'm not sure if they're yellow canaries or not that have been actually to the feeder here, but we don't have any Niger seed up. I'm going to have to get some Niger seed and get some up there if they're going to be around here. I think they like that better than the sunflower seeds, but we have seen a couple of those around here. So, and of course we get all our regular birds and squirrels and everything else here. So it's a real feast out front there for sure. And the puppy likes it because the puppy will go out there and chase them all around there. So it's entertaining that way too. Anyways, thanks Dennis for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, and Peter, you must be at the cottage area. VE1WIN, VE1 JBL.
No, I'm not, Jim. I'm actually in Nova Scotia, but I tried to get in during the short time, and I'm in the middle of a meeting here, so I've got to get back to that. So I just wanted to check in there, Jim, in and out. Have a good night.
Okay, very good, Peter. No problem at all there. Good to have you in there tonight there for the short QSO there, and back to your meeting there for sure. 7-3. Have yourself a great evening. Okay, VE9 BGC. VE1 JBL. Michelle, come on in.
Yes, VE1 JBL, VE9 BGE. Good evening, Jim. Good evening, everybody. And thanks for leaving me taking. And we're just going to stand by. 7-3-0-1.
Okay, very good, Michelle. No problem at all. Very good. Thanks very much for joining the net there tonight. Do appreciate it there. VE9 BGE, VE1 JBL, 7-3. And last but not least, of course, is Vern. VE9 BEA, VE1 JBL. Very good evening, Vern.
VE1 JBL, Wednesday night fusion control. My voice is still crackly and shaky there, Jim, so hopefully we'll make a decent transmission. We were riding along with you. We were a little late getting on, but we were riding along with you ever since. Great net you got running as usual and enjoying it immensely. Just want to pass a comment on to VE9 Mike Charlie Alpha. Mike, you sounded fantastic on that radio, whatever you're using tonight. Don't touch nothing. Don't change a thing, because you just sounded fantastic. Jim, I think you sound the best I've heard you sound yet, so you're doing a great job on your node there. I'm using my node tonight as usual and going through the 500, through the 300, through the node. So there you go. We've had that bloody flu, and I think
hopefully I'm almost over it, so I'll know maybe tomorrow better. Another dose of Robitussin. Found Robitussin was the only thing that would take an effect on it. Well, we're for the third time tonight on Robitussin, so if I do good tonight, I'll know we're making a lot of progress and maybe almost over the bloody flu. Okay, Jim, nothing else to report. Wish all fine, outstanding, upstanding hams on frequency. A great evening and a great wake-up call tomorrow, 7:30 to all, 88 to ladies. Special good evening, scanner listener, we'll turn it back to you. VE1 JBL Net Control, VE9 Victor Echo Alpha. 7-3 is all, 7-3 Jim, thanks for doing that. Call us in one more time. Putting up with my foolishness one more time. Hopefully we'll be around next week to aggravate the airways a little more. 7-3 is all, bye-bye.
Yeah, very good, Vern. Good on everything there. And yeah, you're sounding good through the 500 and the 300 there for sure in the node there. So I hope everything is good. Thanks, Vern, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the list here. So that's the first round of the Maritime provinces. So let's open it up here for anybody outside the Maritimes. Anybody outside the Maritimes that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. This is your time. Call sign here is VE1JBL. Name here is Jim in Tignish, Nova Scotia. Call sign VE1JBL. Anybody from outside the Maritimes that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net, come on in.
Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa, VA6FP.
Okay, I got VA6FP. Anybody else from outside the Maritimes that would like to check in the net? Go ahead, please. Okay, I do see a British Columbia note in there, but anyways, Francis, you're all by yourself, so you get all the time you need to give a transmission there. Very good evening. And welcome to Spring in the Prairies.
VE1 JBL for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FP. Good one, Jim. Yeah, I guess you could say that spring has sprung. We had about 12 centimeters originally on the ground. When I went out this morning and measured around 7:55 or so, it was 3 centimeters, and it's getting patchy. So, hey, maybe so, but I don't know. I don't trust the month of February. Anything could happen, so we got to keep our fingers crossed. Other than that, nice weather. We're enjoying it for sure. I hope it keeps up, but one never knows. Had a bit of a mishap here, not too far from Wainwright. In fact, it was just north of us yesterday evening. There was a that unfortunately an explosion. They had 4 or 5 departments mutual out to it, and they brought in a special as well. Luckily, everything was extinguished about 4 hours later, and things returned to normal, but there was an alert that went out through Emergency Management Alberta, and it just warned folks in that area to stay indoors and be prepared if evacuation might be necessary. Luckily for us, the winds did not come out of the north and bring the smoke down this. I guess it was rather toxic, so I'm glad that was resolved. Investigation is continuing. I sent the boys in Bathurst a couple of pictures of things that were taken from a distance from some of the crews that were up there. I shared them. So anyway, you just never know. You know, things go well 99% of the time, but it's that 1% you got to be careful of. And I'm not going to go too long with Jim because I'm able to time the whole system out. So thanks very much for letting us check in. Wishing everyone a great week ahead. 7-3 all around. Stay safe and healthy out there. Looking forward to heading back to the Maritimes again in July. Talk to you again soon, Jim. VE1 JBL for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FP in Wainwright, Alberta. 7-3 all.
VA6FP from VE1JBL. Very good, Francis. I never heard anything about that at all, Francis. That's funny because I watch a lot of the news. I go around to the different news channels and especially in the mornings, and I'll get every kind of news on the TV there and see what's going on there. I've never heard anything about that at all. So interest. Was there any oil pollution at all, Francis? I know we were talking about the smoke and from the fire. Was there any oil that ended up like on the ground? Any amount of oil or anything?
I don't have any further details at this time, Jim. There's probably, there was probably some containment done on site during the firefighting efforts, because I'm sure some of the runoff, might have had some effect. Don't know much so far. I will send you a few pictures, Jim, if you don't mind. I'll just pass those on to you. It was on the provincial news, CTV, and Global in the province last night, but it may filter down to nationally. Maybe on tonight's news. Who knows? Sometimes the story's not big enough, or if they've got some other political goo that they want to put on the air, it'll probably make it there first, but we'll see what happens. But can't give any more details, but if I do, Jim, I'll definitely pass it on, and we will send you via email or a couple of pics just to show you what it looked like. It was pretty scary. Okay, we'll say 7-3 for now, VA6FP.
Yeah, okay, very good, Francis, very good. Yeah, I wanted to see the pictures for sure there, so very good. Yeah, and I watch the global news in the morning. Of course, you get the local global news, and then they get the national global news after that, but still never saw anything on that, so I'd be kind of curious to see the pictures for sure there. Thanks very much for coming in, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we've completed one round of the Maritimes and one round from outside the Maritimes, so let's start round two. It is 10 minutes to 8 local time here. So stations from Prince Edward Island. If anybody's left from BEI that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net, this is your time. Come on in. And nothing here from BEI, so let's move into Nova Scotia. Stations, any other stations from Nova Scotia that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net, this is your time. Stations from Nova Scotia. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Bravo.
Victor Echo 1, Kilo Echo Victor.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Charlie Sierra.
Okay, I got three stations that time. I got VE1CB, VE1KEV, and VE1JCS. Anybody else from Nova Scotia that we missed there? Go ahead.
VE1LV.
And I got Hal bringing up the rear. Very good. And let's go see Claude first. VE1CB, VE1JBL. Good evening, Claude.
Good evening, Jim, and good evening to everybody on frequency tonight. Well overcast here all day. Did a trip to Yarmouth, had a few errands to do, and came back home, and I took a little siesta, and then it was time to have supper. So anyway, that's all from here. Hope everybody has a great rest of the evening and weekend. 7-3 to all. Victor Echo 1, Charlie Bravo.
Yeah, okay, very good, Claude. Yeah, we had a late supper here tonight, too. I knew I was going to do the net tonight there, so the last thing I got when I left town was I got a little bit of hamburger at one of the stores there and came home and slapped a few hamburgers on the barbecue. and munched those down, and then we started the net there. So that was my supper tonight there. So anyways, there you go. Thanks a lot for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Let's go into Amherst and see Kevin. VE1KEV, VE1JBL.
Yeah, very good evening, Jim. VE1JBL for the Wednesday Night Fusion Net. VE1 Kilo Echo Victor. Very good evening and good evening to all on the net there tonight. And yeah, not a bad evening here. Just playing around here in the shack, and my little granddaughter's over visiting with her mom and dad, and so we're just out there hanging with them, and we thought we'd better come in here and give you another check-in there. So there you go. Thanks for doing the net there, Jim, and thanks for calling us in. 7-3 VE1JBL, VE1KEV. Have a good evening there, Jim.
Yeah, okay, very good, Kevin. Good on everything there, and good on the granddaughter there. Yeah, it was great to see her at our online meeting there the other night. There, that was precious, that's for sure. So good on everything. Thanks for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Let's go down to Andy Ganesh and see James. VE1JCS, VE1JBL.
Yeah, VE1JBL, VE1JCS, and Annie Ganesh. Not much going on this evening, just sitting here in the shack and linked up to just give you another check-in. Not much else. We'll pass it back to you, and you have yourself a great net. 7-3 for now.
Yeah, okay, very good, James. Good and everything. I was going to ask you what if you were coming through the Rocky Mountain repeater or through your own node, but I see you're on your own there, so very good. Good and everything. Thanks very much for taking part there tonight, and 7-3. And last but not least, bringing up the rear is Hal, VE1LV, VE1JBL.
VE1JBL. This is VE1LV. Yeah, very good evening, Jim, and all those on the net. And that gold or yellow bird you're seeing is probably the American goldfinch. They're starting to turn now. They're not gold earlier in the year, but they're starting to turn yellow now. We have a feeder out front that hangs from the east trough. It's one of those ones that the blue jays can't access. They're greedy. All they'll lug stuff, those sunflower seeds away like you wouldn't believe. And this afternoon I got into the frozen rhubarb. I had quite a bit of frozen rhubarb in the freezer, so I got it out, let it thaw, and made some rhubarb stew with it. So that's what we did this afternoon. This morning we were just lazy. Didn't do anything other than, like you, I don't watch Global, or what is it? Yeah, Global news, but I watch the other two news, the main news network channels. 7-3, Jim. Thanks for doing the net. VE1JBL. This is VE1LV.
Yeah, okay, very good, Hal. Good and everything there. And yeah, my wife has a lot of rhubarb that she has frozen. She has two rhubarb patches in the garden here, and they just go wild in the spring. And we have so much of it that we call the neighbors up, and they come over and get all kinds of it there because they just grow wild, and you can't even. There's just so much of it. But she chops a lot of it up there and puts it away for the winter there, and we've got a bunch down in the freezer there, so she'll get out there once in a while and have some. Yeah, go to the bird feeder. I think I know the bird feeder you're talking about. If it's round, it has wire around it so that the little birds can get in. The blue jays can't. Well, it works for the blue jays, but it doesn't work for the squirrels. The squirrels will come through that cage and get down into the and actually sit there and eat the seeds. And what they did here this year, Hal, they actually chewed until they went through the plastic holder that holds all the seeds. So I had to take it away because with the hole in it, when I poured the seed in, it just come pouring out. It just there was nothing that would hold it back. So and I can't get in to get the new plastic. I was going to put a new piece of plastic in it, or put a cover over the hole was, but I couldn't even get that part off to. So anyways, it's put in the garage. And I have a different feeder up there now, but I think I know the feeder that you're talking about for sure. But it's not squirrel resistant, that's for sure. Anyways, very good, Hal. Thanks very much for coming in, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, that's the second round of Nova Scotia. So let's take in now the second round of New Brunswick. Stations from New Brunswick that missed out the first time, or I missed them. Stations from New Brunswick that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 9, Lima Echo November, VE9 LEN.
Okay, I've got one in there so far, VE9LEN. Any other stations? Any other stations from New Brunswick that would like to check in the net? Go ahead, please. Lynn, I guess you're all by yourself there. The floor is yours. VE9LEN, VE1JBL.
Yeah, VE1JBL, VE9LEN returning. Good evening to you there, Jim, and say hi to Kev there that was before me a few minutes ago. I just turned onto this net. I checked into the Lunenburg net and checked in on the HF net. So I just turned on this one, and here you are. So not much else to report. We're waiting for snow here, I guess. We can't dodge the bullet all the time. I guess we got to have our share too, I guess. So we'll have to clean what's coming down. So that's it from here. It's minus 4.7 here in Shediac. And yeah, and that's it for now. So back to you, Jim. Thanks for doing the net. And 7 degrees all around.
Yeah, okay, very good, Lynn. Good to have you on board there tonight. Thanks very much for coming in there, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, so we've completed 2 rounds of the Maritime Fusion Net. So what we're going to do now is just past 8 o'clock here. So what we're going to do now is just open it up for anybody inside or outside the Maritimes. Excuse me, that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. Stations from anywhere, inside or outside the Maritimes. I'd like to check in the net there. Go ahead, please.
VE1OL, VE1 Oscar Lima, VE1OL.
Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie, VE3AC, Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie.
Okay, I got Aubrey and Frank in there so far. So any other stations from outside the Maritimes? Any other stations I would like to check in the Maritime Fusion, inside or outside the Maritimes? And I do see a Delta Bravo 0 repeater in there. So if anybody in there that would like to check in the net, please do so. Have no problems. And we'd like to say we take anybody from outside the Maritimes. So anybody else from outside the Maritimes, go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1, Delta Echo Sierra, V1DES.
BY2, Whiskey Charlie, portable. Victor Yankee 2, Whiskey Charlie, portable.
Okay, we got another couple there. We got VE1DES and VY2 Whiskey Charlie Portable. So let's go to the top of the list. VE9LEN, VE1JBL. Very good evening, Lynn.
You mean VE10?
Oh, maybe so. I wasn't sure where I left off, but Aubrey, maybe you were first on the list there. Very good evening, Aubrey. And Dennis has been on here already here tonight too. Your buddy there. So, anyways, Aubrey, come on in from Oramakto or from Quisbam Sis. I got too many things on the go here, Aubrey. VE1OL, VE1JBL.
Yeah, VE1JBL and that VE1OL. I don't blame you for getting mixed up there. It's easy. I tried calling in before, and yeah, I wasn't getting through. I think I was doubling with LEN, and so you didn't hear me that time. So I'm starting to think that there was something wrong here, especially when you called LEN in again. So anyway, good evening, everybody, and nice to be on here. I just wanted to say that Hal reminded me that I also have rhubarb in the freezer. I forgot all about it, so maybe I'll dig out a bag of that tonight and let it thaw and stew that up. And I've also got a bird feeder here that is actually squirrel-proof. There's no way a squirrel can get into it. The crackles, who devour seed, as you know, in a hurry, and the blue jays, all of those, the big birds aren't able to get into it. But the cardinals are about the biggest ones that can, and we got lots of those around here, along with the chickadees and what have you. Anyway, enough. I just wanted to say hello to everybody, and just nice to be here, and I hope you're hearing me okay. And it's nice to have CQ Maritimes back on, by the way. Back to you, Jim. This is VE1OL.
VE1OL, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Aubrey. Yep, good on everything there. Yeah, we don't get the Cardinals here yet. Everybody says that they're around or whatever it is, but I've never had a Cardinal here at the house here yet. But hopefully we'll keep an eye out, and sure would be nice to see one there for sure. So, anyways, have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, Frank up in Sudbury, VE3AC, VE1JBL.
Well, good evening, Jim, and the rest of the gang that's checked in, and those behind me here. Nice to hear everyone, of course, and that you were able to get the Maritimes room back up and running for the net. I'm not sure what mistake you did, but hey, it happens. At least it's nothing permanent. You were able to fix it up. Been trying my hand on Vera HF Mobile, and it worked pretty good on Sunday, and it worked pretty good on Monday. But on Tuesday, when I was trying to do that handshake with the Maritime folks, I couldn't find someone that would take me in. They all seem to be ignoring the free trial versions of the software. So I might have to bite the bullet and pay to be able to get the full use of the program. But it sure does seem nice. I tell you, once I got it all figured out with the sound card, I was having a problem with the sound card. So once I got that and FT8 mobile, I'm telling you, another thing for the toolbox in the mobile. So there you go. So anyways, with that, nice to hearing everyone, and hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm not sure how your storm was, but we haven't had much of serious weather here. It's been hovering around 0 degrees for the past week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So the snow is slowly melting, and we got to watch out because we're actually starting to get some freezing rain. It's making the roads slippery and slick. But anyways, other than that, take care, everyone. From Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, waving a hand and saying 73s to all of you.
Okay, very good, Frank. Good on everything there, and yeah, well, good on the software and getting things ready for the WinLink and Vera. Yes, it is another tool. And Steve Orr here, local VE10R, he set up his WinLink mobile station here. I think he had it going today, actually. So he was out and about there with his WinLink station. So it actually, I think he did POTA today also. He was at a park and did POTA. So he was doing POTA and WinLink both mobile there. So there you go. He was having a good day here. Yeah, the weather hasn't been too bad here, Frank. We've got about 10 centimeters down here on the ground. It's probably the most snow we've had all winter. And the temperatures are staying cool. Nothing is melting as of right now. But, you know, if that's all we're going to get, that would be fine. But, of course, we got to get through February, so we'll see how that works out by the end of the next month there. So very good. Anyways, good, Frank. Thanks for everything. Thanks for coming in, and have yourself a great evening there. VE3AC, VE1JBL clear. And let's go down and see Dawn. VE1DES, VE1JBL.
V1JVO, V1DES. Tough evening to you there, Jim. I know the folks that checked in. Yeah, get ready for that Alberta Clipper, they call it. They've been pushing that thing, say they're coming down and blah, 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 all this. I hope it goes up the other direction. They can have it over in Europe somewheres. Not much else going on here. Enjoying the net. I usually wait till the last day when there's fewer people to step on me, so have a good evening. V1JVO, V1DES. And like everybody said, glad that the Maritime Link is back on.
Yeah, okay, very good, Don. Good at everything there, and yes, it is great to have it back up and running here for sure. So very good. Thanks very much for taking part in that there tonight, 7-3. And last is Joey, VY2 Whiskey Charlie, VE1JBL. Very good evening.
V1JBL, VY2 Whiskey Charlie. Good evening, Jim, and everyone else on frequency there. Yeah, I tried there earlier, but I got stepped on a bit, but oh, that's all right. I hope everyone is doing great over there, and we'll catch everybody again next week. V1JBL, V1 Portable.
Yeah, okay, very good, Joey. Well, thanks very much for coming in there tonight and giving us another mark for the book there. I do appreciate it there. And have yourself a great evening, 7-3 for now. Okay, anybody else from inside or outside the Maritimes before we close? Anybody else that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net? This is the last one for January. Last net for January. And anybody else for the Maritime Fusion Net? Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 2 Delta Echo. This is Victor Echo 2 Delta Echo. Victor Echo 2 Delta Echo.
Victor Echo 2 Delta Charlie, VE2DC, VE1JBL. Helen, come on in.
Okay, there might be a mistake. It's Victor Echo 2 Delta Echo DE QSL.
Yeah, Roger, come on in.
Well, I'm glad to be checking in for the first time. This local club in Quebec City announced that there was a CQ Maritimes at 1800 hours. Now it's 19:12 p.m. here in Quebec City. I'm on VE2 or if you repeater, I connected the link. And last week was a fail. And unfortunately, the person didn't hear me check in. That was the first. So it's a success this evening, so I'll be listening in. I wish you 73s to all. This is Don in Quebec City, Victor Echo 2, Delta Echo.
Very good, Melvin, and thanks very much for coming in there tonight. There, yes, we've gone over an hour here. It's been an hour and 15 minutes that the net's been on here, so that's why we're getting to this time here now. Yes, I was going to ask you. I've just brought up QRZ here, and I seen Saint Martin I think it is Quebec there, but I wasn't sure where that was. So I assume that's just outside or maybe Sleeping Village or wherever around Quebec City. Is that correct?
Okay, I think he was setting a repeater, V2 RFU, Romeo Foxtrot uniform. Is in at Laval University exactly in Quebec City. Is that QSL?
Oh, very good. Good on the Laval University for the repeater. Oh, very good. Well, that's a good thing to know. Now, I just brought your call sign up on QRZ, and it gave your name and address, and then it was saying Saint Martin, Quebec. And I just wasn't sure where that was. It must be just outside of Quebec City. Is that correct?
Okay, my personal QTH isn't published on RAC.ca or the Industry Canada website, or neither on QRZ. It's not published, so I'm right in Quebec City. Geographically, 8 kilometers straight west from Old Quebec, almost in the outskirts of Quebec City. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, no problem at all there. Yeah, I always just like to know where the people are coming from here. It's great to have people from outside the Maritimes take part in the net there, so it's always nice to know where they're coming from. So very good. Well, I'm glad to have you on board there tonight there. And yes, we're on here every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock local time. Of course, that would be 6 o'clock your time there. So by all means, if you get a chance, check in again there. I'd love to have you on board there. So very good. Thank you very much for coming in, and have yourself a great evening there. Okay, any other late check-ins? Any other late check-ins for the Maritime Fusion at inside or outside the Maritimes? Any other late check-ins? Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima, V9 PAL.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha.
Well, I'm so glad we left the net open there, because if I didn't hear VE9 PAL come in there, I was going to have to call the Mounties and see what was going on there, because I don't think Paul has ever missed a net. And I was mentioning before there, Paul, I said, where is he? He said, we've called everybody else in from up in that area. V9 PAL, and of course, Robert, I got you in there too, VE1CA. V9 PAL, VE1JBL, good evening.
Yeah, V1 JBL, this is V9 PAL. How you doing there, Jim and Robert and everybody else on the net? Yeah, I was at Tim Horton there. I was going to call you in, but I only had my hand held, so I was kind of talking to the guy at the same time that was with me there. That we went for a coffee, and I figure I got enough time by the time I get home, hopefully. So here we go. Anyway, I hope you guys all had a great week, and I hope you guys all have the rest of the week there good there. So hopefully we don't get too much snow there. I guess we got a little bit coming now. You guys been hit pretty good there in Nova Scotia there. Okay, I think you guys are getting New Brunswick weather. Anyway, you guys all take care and have a great week. V9 PAL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Paul, and good on the Tim Hortons. Seems to me the last time that I did the net there, you were at Tim Hortons, and you did call in on the handheld there. Now that you said that, but anyways, no, great to have you on board. Yeah, maybe we're going to get all the snow. I can just see it now, Paul. All the snowmobilers from New Brunswick come to Nova Scotia. Wouldn't that be a hoot? I don't think that's going to happen, but anyways, there you go. Thanks, Paul, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening, and 7-3 for now. Let's go down to Oxford and see and Robert. And Robert, of course, looks after the online version of the net here. So how's things going tonight there, Robert? VE1CA, VE1JBL.
V1JBL, VE1CA. Good evening to you, Jim, and Paul there, and everybody else on frequency. Busy evening here, Jim, so I didn't get to hear much of the net. I'm sure things went pretty good there tonight. I did try to get in with that with the Quebec station there, but you must not have heard me there. But no problems at all. Well, not too bad of an evening, except for when I first walked into the shack to get things ready for the live stream. There's my 27-inch monitor laying on the floor, and plugged it in. It was still plugged in. Turned it on, and of course the screen smashed. So, not the best luck there tonight, but hey, an excuse to get a bigger monitor, I guess. There. Anyway, hope everybody has a great evening, and 7-3 to you, Jim, and all those on frequency of EE1CA.
Oh, no. Well, that's too bad, Rob. What happened to the monitor? I know you got a dog, unless the dog knocked it over, or do you have a pet up there that might have knocked it over?
Well, Jim, the investigation is still ongoing. I found some new evidence here. Heard a crash last night, actually, and I thought the cat might have knocked something down in the living room. Well, maybe. I have no evidence to prove it. I have one of those, like, articulating desk lamps that stick out, and that was on the ground as well, so either the cat knocked that over and the monitor, or maybe the mount of that failed and clobbered the monitor over. So I can't put blame on the cat this time. There, hi. Back to you, Jim. VE1CA.
Yeah, okay, very good, Robert. And you better call in Murdoch there. Maybe Murdoch will be able to solve the problem there. But anyways, good on the investigation there. Let me know how you made out there, for sure. Very good, Robert. Thanks very much for coming in there tonight, and have yourself a great evening. And we'll be talking WinLink and code and all that stuff here in the next day or so here, Robert. So good at everything there, and have yourself a great evening. Okay, with that, it's getting 20 past the hour, so any other late check-ins? Any other late check-ins before we close? Any other late check-ins for the Maritime Fusion Net from anywhere, inside or outside the Maritimes? Go ahead, please.
Victor Alpha 1, Charlie Alpha Mike.
Well, very good evening, Chris. Good to hear you in there from Moose River. VA1CAM, VE1JBL.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. Thanks for calling me in. Glad to hear everybody checking in here on the net tonight. Yeah, I know it's, what is it, 7 below there? I just got in the house here, but 7 below there tonight, nice and frosty. Crisping the snow up good. I'm getting ready to go do some grooming with the tractor, grooming the snowmobile trails here in the next day or so. Working on it tomorrow, I guess, and then grooming for Friday. But other than that, nothing to report. 7-3 all, and back to net control.
Okay, very good, Chris. Yeah, everything is late this year, so hopefully they'll get those all groomed up there, and everybody will be able to play around there for a while or anyway. So good stuff on everything. Very good. Thanks very much for coming in there tonight, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we're going to make this the last call. This will be the last call for the Maritime Fusion Net for January the 31st. Of course, the last net of January. And so this is going to be the last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Anybody from anywhere is inside or outside the Maritimes and want to check in. Last call. Go ahead, please.
Victor, Echo 3 Whiskey, Victor Julie.
Well, I guess you're going to tie a bow on it there. Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Victor Juliet, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima. Very good evening. Come on in.
Echo 3 Whiskey, Victor Juliet on the portable here. FT, hopefully it in. Another bean for the pot. Just standing out on the back bench here, making sure that I got a good enough signal to make it in, and yeah, just with the
They run on ESP32 S3 chips, and they work pretty cool. Like they're you can use them as a ham radio device, but you don't have in that aspect. You know, for simple comms running on 915 megahertz, it's pretty decent little devices. Now, the thing is to try to get everyone in the radio club on board. But, yeah, I like the fact that you can use it as a ham radio device, and it disables all the encryption. So, anyway, that's all I'm up to. Send it back to you. Thanks a lot for taking the check-in, and thanks a lot for doing the net. Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Victor Juliet.
Okay, very good, Bill. Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Victor Juliet, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima. I lost some of your conversation there tonight. I'm not sure if it's conditions or what tonight there, but some have been in there and some have been out, and we've been missing some information from some people who are not there. But we got enough of you. We know you're in there, Bill. And I know you were checking on something there in the background there, but we just couldn't pull it all out there. So, but anyways, maybe you can join us again next week and let us know what it was all about there. And of course, we're every Wednesday night here, and I'm sure you'll probably get a better signal. I think I like to say it's just conditions tonight here, what's going on there. So, very good. Thanks, Bill, for coming in, and thanks for taking the time. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, everybody, we're going to close the net. 2, 3, 4, 5. We ended up with 41 check-ins tonight there, so that's a good net. Of course, I want to thank all the amateurs for checking in tonight. We also want to thank the owners of the repeaters and the nodes who linked in tonight for helping us expand the area for local hams to check in. For more information about the Maritime Fusion Net, go to the Moncton Area ARC website at whiskey.mike.alpha.alpha.romeo.charlie.charlie.alpha. That's www.maarc.ca. And click on Club Activities/Nets. Now that the net is concluded, the CQ Maritime Room is now open for general use, and a reminder that the net next Wednesday night, will be on the February 7th. And Mike, VE9MTV, will be doing the bilingual net for the Maritime Fusion Net. So check in next week with Mike there. So that's it from here. Thanks everybody for checking in. Everybody have a great evening, safe evening, and stay warm. And we'll be chatting with you down the long term. This is Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima. The name here is Jim, located in Tignish Bridge, Nova Scotia. Saying 7-3 all. Good night.
Victor Echo 9, November Alpha.
VJ. Hopefully I'm making it in there again now. My battery was fading on me. But what I was saying was it was about the Mesh-tastic nodes. Mesh-tastic. And it's a decentralized mesh network of communicators. And you can use them as a ham radio operator as well. The only difference is that when you're using it as a ham operator, you don't get encryption. But anyway, thanks a lot for taking the check-in, and hopefully I'm making it this time. VE3WVJ.
Oh, absolutely, Bill. You were coming in strong that time. Absolutely no problem at all that time, and good on the mesh and everything. Yeah, we've talked about mesh down here several times. It's never really got going or whatever it is, but we know exactly what you're talking about, and good stuff. So very good on everything. Thanks, Bill, for coming in again, and you're loud and clear that time into the net there. No problem at all there. So all the best. 7-3 for now. Nelson, I did hear you in there, so I'll get you in there. Nelson from Bucktush, VE9NA, VE1JBL. Come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. Good evening to everyone on the net. I was on the phone. I knew the net was going on, but I was on the phone with Edmund there, V9REB, and he calls me quite often during the night. So anyway, I was on the phone, and I was hearing the net going, but I told him, I said, I got to answer the net, so I just got off the phone there
Jim. Thanks for calling me in, and we're doing great. I hope you are. And I just want to put my 5 cents worth on the net there, Jim, so you can put my name, and we'll turn it back to you, Jim. Thanks for doing the net and call me in. V1 JBL with the Fusion Net from VE9NA.
Okay, very good, Nelson. Good and everything there, and good on talking to, the other gentleman there. I forget who you said already. I know him because I talked to him on the Maritime Net on HF there. Edmund. Yeah, that's right. So good on everything there. Very good. Thanks very much for coming in, and you make number 42 tonight. So that's a very good net. Of course, this time of the winter, everybody's home anyway, so they might as well get on the radio. So that's what we always seem to have better numbers in the winter than we do in the summer for sure. Thanks, Nelson, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now.
The E1JBL, this is the E1LV. The bird feeder is round, but mine is all metal. There's no plastic in it. And no, it is not squirrel proof. But my neighbor is a very good shot. 7-3, the E1LV.
Okay, very good, Hal. Very good, Hal. Yeah, my neighbor is too, but I don't let him anywhere around here. I have a very tame squirrel here that comes and sits on my knee and actually eats. He likes walnuts better than peanuts, and he likes. Let me see now. He likes the sunflower seeds also. So I usually have a buffet out here for him. He's the only one that I buy the walnuts for, but he really enjoys the walnuts. So I have three different things that I feed him. But I do try and scare. Well, actually, what I do, Hal, is when the little tame one, I call short. He has no tail. And this is the 5th year now that he's been around us, and the fifth year. So that's pretty good for a squirrel to be around 5 years here. So, anyways, he'll come up and he'll eat right in my hand and everything like that. And so I don't let the dog out when Shorty's here. I call him Shorty. And so I'll sit there and feed him. But when any of the other squirrels come around, of course, they're trying to get in the bird feeders, where it is, I release the dog. and he'll chase them all up the trees and chase them away there. Over.
Boys, you are very, very lucky. And like yourself, I do not get cardinals, although my mentor, Tom, not too far away, he has cardinals there at his place. And the squirrel that used to be here traveled on the fiber optic cables. The darn thing would go from pole to pole along the cables and then come in the hydro line. But my neighbor, he had a pellet pistol, I guess it was, or something. He scared the squirrel away, I believe. Okay, enjoy Shorty, and I don't blame you. You were very, very fortunate. My children used to feed the chipmunks down in Keji the same way. They come to their knees and whatnot, sit there on their knee or in the palm of their hand. 7-3 VE1LV.
Yeah, okay, very good, Hal. Yeah, we never had too many chipmunks around here. Now, we did. Probably, I'm thinking 3 years ago now, we had some chipmunk. We just had a couple. One was quite tame. I called him Chip, and I would see him in the woods, and I would go with the sunflower seeds, and I would holler, Chip, 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 and he would come running over, and he would take the seeds out of my hand. But all of a sudden, he disappeared, and I never saw him again. But that fall, we had a whole family of chipmunks that actually went into the woodpile, my woodpile that I had stacked up for the winter. And they ran back and forth, 3 or 4 of them. They kept running underneath my feet and running into the woodpile and back again.